Many ask whether you're allowed to say the bracha of Shechianu during this period of time when we're mourning for the 24,000 students of Rabbi Akiva, which died, according to our opinion, according to the Shulchan Aruch's opinion, from Pesach until 15 days before Shavuot, which it's customary to have practices of avelut, of mourning during this period of time. The question is, could we say Shechianu, could a person say Shechianu, new fruits and new clothes during this period of time? There's a great rabbi called the Ma'amar Mordechai, Rabbi Mordechai Karmi, who questions this custom because he's heard that there was a practice not to say Shechianu during the Sfirah, similar to the period of time of the 3 weeks, which is from the 17th of Tammuz to Tisha B'Av, not to make Shechianu. The Shulchan Aruch writes, Tov lizaher milomar Shechianu. It's appropriate to be particular not to say Shechianu during the 3 weeks. So some wanted to compare and say that it is a similarity, since we have customs of not having haircuts during this period of time, so surely shouldn't be any better than the 3 weeks that we don't say Shechianu during that period of time. However, he questions that the Shulchan Aruch gave absolutely no mention about this practice and custom of not saying Shechianu during the period of the Sephirah and the Omer. He only brings it in regards of the 3 weeks. So there is a very big difference between the 3 weeks and the Sephirah. Even though there's room to say that it's Yemet Tsar ve'evel, because it's days which we've lost, such a tragedy of such great Chachamim passed away during the period of time. However, it says in the Pasuk, Kol rodefea isigua ben hamitzarim. The 3 weeks between 17th of Tammuz and Tisha B'Av is the period of time is not a good period of time, because it says Kol rodefea. Whoever pursued and chased the Jewish people, isigua ben hamitzarim. The day of the ben hamitzarim is a time where the Jewish tragedies, we are very vulnerable at that time. So it's very difficult to say the words Shechianu v'kimanu v'gyanu lazman hazeh. The zman is not a good time, but it doesn't say nowhere that this zman of the period of the Omer is not a good zman. It's just so happened that we have to do practices of avelut at the time where the 24,000 students of Rabbi Akiva. So that's why Rabbi Mordechai Karmi writes in Ma'amar Mordechai that this custom really seems to be in the early sources, it wasn't there. However, I must emphasize that the Ben Ish Chai was in the Zivchei Tzedek as well, were in a view that there was a custom of not saying Shechianu during the period of time of the Omer. The Ben Ish Chai differentiates between new clothes to new fruits. On new fruits, he would say Shechianu, but by new clothes, he wouldn't wear new clothes which you had to make Shechianu on it. That refers only to the wearing of those clothes, but to purchasing, there wouldn't be an issue of purchasing during the sphere of clothes. However, in regards of the saying of the Shechianu, the Ben Ish Chai says there was customary in Baghdad and in some Sephardi communities, of Chaim Falaji brings as well, that they wouldn't say Shechianu, but only on clothes they would refrain from saying Shechianu. On new fruits, we don't have a practice of not saying Shechianu during this period of time of the Omer. So again, Halacha l'maaseh, really there's no early source to not saying Shechianu during the period of time, just a comparison to the 3 weeks as we differentiate. However, minhag-wise, seems to be that in certain communities they had a minhag not to say Shechianu. So if it's appropriate that if a person hasn't got such great necessity to refrain from wearing new clothes, which you have to say Shechianu on them during the Sfirah if you're able to. If you're unable and you need to buy clothes for whatever important reason you may have, then there's room to be lenient, preferably to leave it for Erev Shabbat to be said as Shechianu on Shabbat. But again, halacha, ikar halacha is you can, but the custom is to refrain from new clothes. New fruits, there's no practice not to say Shechianu. One can say Shechianu on new fruits during the Sfirah. Obviously, mitzvot like Brit Milah, Pidyon Ben, there's no restriction whatsoever. Even during the 3 weeks, we say Shechianu. So that's what the conclusion is.